Hey guys, this is my NXT Takeover New Orleans review video. So last night NXT Takeover had their WrestleMania show and it was phenomenal, as we all expected it would be. And I was pleasantly surprised that every single match was great. You know, there wasn't any match that was a throwaway or bad or a filler like sometimes WrestleMania has. And I'll get into that in my next video, but this show was so amazing and I urge everybody to go check it out because it was that damn good. What I love about NXT is that for every takeover, they always start out with a bang, a high energy match, and I love these like high octane matches to get the crowd pumped up for the rest of the show. I think Triple H is really smart with that, the way he creatively chooses to book opening matches, and like no other, he started off very, very strong, and that was for the inaugural NXT North American Championship. I have to give it up to each one of these men for this match. They put their bodies on the line to entertain us. They killed it. Each one had great significant spots in this match, specifically Ricochet, Lars Sullivan, Adam Cole, and Velveteen Dream. Those four had the most memorable spots in my opinion. Lars definitely cemented himself as the strong freak of nature with amazing spots. In one spot he threw literally a ladder at all of the other participants in the match, which I thought was epic. He also delivered his freak accident to EC3 with Velveteen Dream perched on a ladder, and he broke the ladder with both men, and it was amazing, and the crowd was like going wild saying holy shit, holy shit. I mean, if I was Lars, I would be loving that, like in that moment, hearing the reaction of the crowd. Like, that's something that we live for as fans. Velveteen Dream also had some amazing spots. He did a Death Valley driver onto the ladder with Ricochet, and it was insane. It was such a sick spot, very dangerous spot. Killian Dane had the least memorable spots in my opinion in this match. I think Lars definitely outshined him as the big man of the match. Adam Cole, baby, this was Adam Cole's match to win. Those super kicks that he did to everybody, that was epic. I was living for that. Adam Cole, this is his time, you know, and it goes to show you how strongly the company feels to have Adam Cole hold two titles at once. You know, I think that's amazing. They're putting a lot of stock in Adam Cole, and I think that goes to show you that the future is very bright for the Undisputed Era, and I'll get into that in a few minutes. But I'm glad that Adam Cole won, because I did say time and time again that I was truly in shock that he has not been propelled into the main event scene. He's always been wrestling like gimmick matches. So I think that this is great that he won the first ever North American Championship. But this was an amazing 35-minute opening match. Literally, I can't pick apart really anything wrong with this match. It was so great. All of these men had a terrific outing. Even Killian Dane. Like, he didn't do amazing in my opinion, but it was passable, it was good, you know? But in my opinion, Lars was definitely the MVP of this match, taking all these crazy bumps, doing all this crazy shit, he killed it. Same goes for Ricochet and Velveteen Dream. Those three guys really stuck out in my mind as the MVPs of that match, you know? They all did something super memorable in my opinion. Ricochet, obviously, his flips all around the ring, it had me completely awestruck. And Ricochet is a freak of nature in his own right, you know? It's like he's not even human. It's almost like he's a robot, because who the fuck can flip like that? That's insane. So I thought it was amazing, you know? Each guy really held their own in this match, and I'm glad it was given enough time, because that was my main worry heading into this match. But they were given more than enough time. It was amazing. And Adam Cole, congratulations to you. The second match of the night, we had the NXT Women's Championship, Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. This was a good match, and like I predicted, it was better than we all expected it would be. Shayna Baszler has been improving in the ring. She's not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but she is getting better each time I see her in the ring, and she's okay on the mic, so I'll give her that. Shayna won, and that's who I predicted. I just feel like Ember kind of just was like blah to me, you know? Like, I don't know, I never really was that big into Ember Moon. I like Shayna Baszler more. I never thought I'd say that because I trashed Shayna in the Mae Young Classic review like 6-8 months ago. But Shayna has definitely improved since then. Creatively, I thought that this was a sick match the way that they wrote it backstage, because you have Shayna Baszler, who literally was selling her shoulder being popped, and she literally hits the ring post like so hard to make it look like she's popping her shoulder back into place, which I thought was so epic. That's a stroke of genius right there. The writing to that is so brilliant because it totally makes Shayna look like such a like dominant figure, you know, coming after the strong baby face that is Ember Moon. Ember Moon goes for the Eclipse, but Shayna gets her rear naked choke on Ember Moon, and ultimately she just passes out, and Shayna Baszler becomes the NXT Women's Champion with her friends Ronda Rousey and Jessamyn Duke at ringside. Up next for the NXT tag titles, we have the Undisputed Era with Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole versus the Authors of Pain versus Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong. So it's safe to say that Adam Cole was basically eliminated from this match. Not technically, but like he didn't do much because of course, you know, he had that grueling match 30 minutes prior. So he didn't do a whole lot in this match. It was basically all in Kyle O'Reilly. Authors of Pain looked okay here, but like I said before, they've overstayed their welcome. They need to jump to that main roster because I just feel like they're taking up other tag team spots in NXT. Because they do have a lot of teams at the Performance Center, but it's just they can only have so many teams on TV at one time, I'm assuming. So I just feel like the Authors of Pain need to go to the main roster as soon as possible because it's their time. So let's eliminate them from the equation in regards to this match. Pete Dunne did some sick spots in this match, and he's always so good in that ring. He's amazing. But the big takeaway is that Roderick Strong turns heel on Pete Dunne and joins the Undisputed Era. Now, about 8 months ago or so, Adam Cole approached Roderick Strong and asked him if he would like to be a part of the Undisputed Era, and he did not give them an answer. It just seemed like he did not want to join because he didn't accept the offer at that time. But I think that this is a brilliant way to implement Roderick Strong into the Undisputed Era, especially since Bobby Fish is out with an injury. To make the Undisputed Era look more strong, it needs a third member to the faction. And with Bobby Fish being on the sidelines, only having Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, it doesn't make them look as strong and as dominant. So I think it's a brilliant move to have Strong be a part of the Undisputed Era because he's such an amazing wrestler. But I think that this is a brilliant move for his career because even though he's a great wrestler, his career wasn't really going anywhere. He was kind of just like stuck in a stalemate because he wasn't being booked properly, in my opinion, as a strong babyface. So him being a heel, I feel like he's going to get a lot more exposure and a lot more work now that he is a heel. I think there's going to be more storylines for him to be kind of pushed into rather than being a babyface. So I think he's in a great spot now. And I'm really happy for Strong because he's really good, and I'm glad that he can showcase his heel work because I do think that he is a great heel. Even though he's a great face, I just feel like they didn't really push Strong enough as a face. Like, he was like kind of in the title picture, but kind of not at the same time. Now I feel like he's definitely going to dominate with the Undisputed Era, and I do think he'll be propelled to even further heights being in the Undisputed Era. So this is only going to help him. It's not going to hurt him. This is amazing and I'm super here for it. I think that this was brilliant booking, and it kind of screwed over Regal because Regal thought that the Undisputed Era was going to lose considering Adam Cole was working double duty, but having Strong join Undisputed Era retains, baby. I'm so excited to see what happens in the future. Once again, Undisputed Era ultimately shocked the system, having Roderick Strong join them. For the NXT title, we have Andrade Cien Almas versus Aleister Black. This was a great match, as I expected it would be. This got about 20 minutes. There was a lot of back and forth action, a lot of interference from Zelina Vega on the outside. She's incredible. She does her role so well as a manager, especially at her size. She's so good. She's so good. So I'm always going to put her over because she deserves it. Aleister Black, this was a long time coming. You know, he's always kind of been at the forefront of NXT, and he officially won last night. He won the NXT title. I think Andrade Cien Almas with Zelina Vega is definitely main roster bound. I think he's like the top guy to be called up. Whether he's on Raw or SmackDown will be determined soon, but I definitely think he needs to get called up soon because he's kind of made a name for himself since Zelina Vega was hired by WWE almost a year ago. That's really when Andrade got that huge, massive push to stardom. So he's really turned his career around in NXT in the past year, and I think he has deserved that main roster call up. So Aleister Black ultimately did win with the black mass here. I personally feel like it kind of ended a little too short. I think that Andrade should have kicked out at least from one black mass. I could see another black mass getting him, but he lost with one black mass, which I kind of felt was unfair because when Andrade did his finishing move, Aleister kicked out. So I wanted them to go, you know, toe-to-toe, have them kick out of each one of their finishers, and then Aleister Black beats him with a second black mass, but they didn't go that route. But Andrade keeps putting on amazing takeover matches from, you know, Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano. The list goes on and on. It's just, he's really doing a great job. I definitely think Andrade is next in the pack to get called up. I think he's in the forefront because he's just really 180'd it in the past year. So he deserves this more than anyone right now, in my opinion. So this was a great match. I loved it so much. Closing out the show, the epic unsanctioned match between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. I want to say how amazing it was to not even have entrance music for Tommaso Ciampa. I think that really solidified how strong of a heel Tommaso Ciampa is. It kind of was like a toned down version of ECW's One Night Stand with John Cena getting those thunderous boos like "fuck you Cena." There was a lot of "fuck you Ciampa" chants in the crowd, and constantly, you know, the whole 12,000 people calling him an asshole all throughout the match. It was amazing. There were so many incredible spots in this match, specifically one where Johnny Gargano did a sunset flip on the outside to Tommaso Ciampa, literally hitting the floor, like no padding at all. It was so intense, you heard the thump, and it was insane. I am very happy for Johnny Gargano ultimately getting the win here. He definitely needed it for the storyline purpose. He definitely, you know, seeked retribution, and he got it. So I'm very happy for Johnny Gargano. He is officially reinstated in NXT, and I can't wait to see what happens with Tommaso Ciampa because he's just so good. I'm obsessed with Ciampa. This was like the best takeover I've seen in a long time. That was definitely the match of the night. Very close with the NXT North American title ladder match. That was amazing as well. I'm gonna keep watching that throughout the months. I'm gonna go back and watch it. That was one of the best ladder matches I've ever seen, to be honest. Top 5, I'd say, of all time. It was that good. There were so many epic spots. If there's only 1 or 2 matches to go watch, I would say the ladder match and the unsanctioned match. They were both incredible, but take nothing away from Andrade's match or even Shayna Baszler's match. They were all very good, honestly. So I would just recommend watching the whole show. It was amazing. I give this show 10 out of 10. I cannot say anything bad about this show. It was all so friggin' amazing. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos coming soon. I love you guys. Bye.